For your research essay, you are going to be writing a documented essay on a real-world problem of your choice. You must demonstrate your ability to construct an argument and establish credibility through the selection and use of appropriate support. That said, you'll be required to pitch 3 topics to me, and from there, I'll let you know which topic you're approved to use. Topic selection. You're going to choose a current real-world problem that interests you. You might consider issues related to environmental concerns, social issues, public health, technology and society, and economic inequality. You will work in small groups to brainstorm topic ideas and then pitch 3 topics you would want to research. From there, I'll let you know which of your pitch topics is approved. It's worth noting that generally speaking, when I'm approving topics, I will not approve too many of the same or similar topics. So if you have something you're passionate about, it's better to get that assignment in sooner rather than later. For your research, you'll conduct a thorough research using the college library databases. You must use a minimum of 5 scholarly sources found only through the Valencia College's library. This means no websites found through Google, no Google Scholar, just Valencia College library sources. For your thesis, you'll develop a clear, arguable thesis statement that presents your position on the chosen problem. Your audience will be a formal, academically aware audience that otherwise fits your essay and rhetorical context. For your structure, you are required to use the classical argument structure. I've provided a link to this, but basically steps 1 through 5 here tell you what you need. You'll have one paragraph that is an introductory paragraph where you grab your reader's attention and provide your thesis. You start broad with the general problem, narrow down to your thesis. Paragraph 2, which is body paragraph 1, you will provide your narration section. This section is just key background information required to understand the varying sides of the argument. Evidence from your research will be required here to help your reader understand your debatable topic. You are required in each of your 5 body paragraphs at a minimum of 2 quotes from your research sources. Number 3, confirmation. In this section, you will present your case, presenting a clear position on the topic and providing strong evidence for your sources to support your position. That will be 3 paragraphs. So narration is needed background. Confirmation is where you're building your case, supporting your position that you provide in your thesis in that confirmation section. And then finally, you'll have a refutation section where you'll let us know what a counter argument might be to the position you have provided, and then you will do your best to refute that counterclaim. Again, you will need to incorporate evidence from at least one source in that section of your paper. And then finally, you'll have a concluding paragraph. For intro and concluding paragraphs, you will not use evidence or quotes from your sources. But in body paragraphs 1 through 5, so narration, confirmation sections, and refutation sections, you are required to use your 5 sources. All 5 sources must be used, and only those 5 sources. And you're required to use a minimum of 2 quotes in each body paragraph. It's worth noting that it is not a good idea to choose, in paragraph 1, I'm only going to use this source. In paragraph 2, I'm only going to use that source, and so on and so forth. If you do that, you're not fully synthesizing your sources, which means that it will negatively impact your grade. So I want you to be aware of that. Now, we do want to see a synthesis of those sources through those 5 body paragraphs. You will document using MLA9 format. A few additional requirements. Again, 5 articles found through the Valencia College databases. You will not use ebooks. You will not use physical books. Books are not allowed, and here is why. You don't have time to read full books for this assignment, which means it would be farcical for you to submit to me in your source evaluation or in the final draft of your paper that you read a full book on your topic. You wouldn't have. So let's not pretend that you would have. We're going to go with articles that we're finding in the databases. America's News can be a good one for you. Academic Search Complete is one that's particularly useful. Global Issues and Context might work well. Points of View Reference Center might be good. Opposing Viewpoints. These ones that talk about viewpoints and points of view oftentimes will give you sources on both sides of an argument. That could be helpful, particularly when you are trying to figure out what the opposition has to say about the topic. You have a 1,200 word minimum, a 1,500 word maximum. You will have a minimum of 7 paragraphs. You'll have a thesis statement. All of your body paragraphs will support your thesis statement. You'll have clear topic sentences, as we've talked about before, that provide your position, your little mini thesis for your paragraph. You'll have quotes from your sources and only quotes. For this essay, you will not use summaries or paraphrasings of your sources. You will only use direct quotes, and those will be cited in text and on your works cited page. Your essay will be written strictly in third-person point of view. You would generally maintain present tense unless you're providing something historical, and you should proofread and edit carefully. Note, your topic must be approved by me, which will happen during your feedback on the topic pitch assignment, which is a mandatory assignment. Without submitting it, subsequent assignments for this essay will not be accepted for credit. Then your source and quotes you plan to use from your sources will be locked in with your successful completion of the source evaluation assignment, which is also mandatory. Without submitting that assignment, your final draft, your rough draft, your peer review, your outline will not be eligible for submission for a grade. It's important to note that those two assignments are mandatory, and you will be held to the expectation that you are submitting those. You'll get more details on both of those assignments when you get closer to those assignments, but note that source evaluation one is where you will show the 5 sources you will be using for your paper, and you will create a repository of quotes that you might use in your paper so that you'll have plenty of your research available to you so that you can pick and choose. It should, in theory, make the rest of the assignment much easier because you'll have done a lot of the thought work, a lot of the leg work of the research early on in the process. I provided you the due dates as well as a reminder about academic integrity. I hope you will have a close look at these expectations, and if you have questions, please do let me know. There is a sample classical argument structure paper in here, so you can have a look at that. It's pretty good paper. Obviously, what was expected in that paper is different than what's expected in your paper, so you would want to keep that in mind. But otherwise, it's a pretty good paper for you to have a look at. I hope this video helped you out. If you have questions, let me know.